Hey everybody! I know I'm a little bit late, so we'll see who's able to jump on, but this is your daily tarot card reading. I know, it was like, that was not sexy. So that was it. Yeah, that was the example, in case you were wondering, that was the example of not attractive, right? Hi, Amber. This is your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. This is for all signs, no zodiac specific readings, all signs here. It's just for anybody who wants to jump on and join me and have some fun today. Announcement. I am not doing the full moon party today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I had this overwhelming, almost anxiety attack, realizing that I was going to have to do a 3-hour long full moon party tonight, and then and then tomorrow 3.5 hour long romantic tarot, because it's the beginning of the month. So I put that off. I'm traveling with my son down to Florida next week, so I will not be doing any dailies next week. I will still have the zodiac signs uploaded next week, however, the weeklies. But I will not be doing any dailies next week because I'm traveling on Monday and Tuesday down to Florida, and then I have to get settled in down there. So just having to do the zodiac signs and my personal readings is going to be a lot. So I will not be doing dailies. However, I will record the romantic tarot next Saturday. And hey guys, hey Jackie, hey Marka. So I'll be yeah, exactly. I just need a break. I've been really, really exhausted. Always grateful and thankful for all the personal readings that are coming in. You can always email me if you're interested in a personal reading, bornwithoutboundaries@gmail.com, or you can, go over to my Instagram page, born_without_boundaries, and just DM me. But eventually it ends up in the email anyway, so just email me. If you can't do a personal reading, get yourself one of those extended readings, because like I said, Cancer was off the hook. I was so disappointed with the views the Cancer video is getting. So disappointed. I cannot believe it has so few views. That is the bomb reading, and I'm questioning people's sanity on the internet. I really am. There's this other, I mean, it was such a great reading. I can't believe it's not getting tens of thousands of views. I love that reading. I thought it blew me away. So I really do recommend, grabbing one of the extendeds if you can't do a personal right now. Anyway, bottom line is, yes, big announcements. The full moon party will be happening tomorrow night, not tonight. And romantic tarot will come out next weekend, not this weekend, and there will be no daily videos. There might be a daily on Friday. I might do a daily on next Friday if I can, if I'm settled in, because I'm going down, like I said, to Florida back to help my son move in, to move back into where he's living and to get a few things settled down there. And then eventually I will have to travel back up, so that could screw up a few things, but I will update you when that happens. But there will be no dailies Monday through Thursday next week. If I can, I will do one on Friday, if I can. That's it. That's all I want to say. I do want to start with today. It's Beltane. That's what I want to say. Beltane or May Day. This is May 1st. Now, what is Beltane? I'm going to read it, use somebody else's words. I'm going to read it directly from Llewellyn's Witch's Date book. Star time, children, star time. Beltane is a celebration of union and fertility. So I would not be surprised if all y'all was getting really horny feeling. A symbolic wedding of the god and goddess. During this holiday, we celebrate the things that delight our hearts as well as our bodies. We do things for the joy of them and not out of obligation or any other unhealthy reasons. The divine masculine and divine feminine join to create the great divine. In the Lover's card, some see a man and a woman's union blessed by a higher being. Another way to see it is that their union creates the presence of the divine. While the Lover's card does not suggest passion, sex, and romance, it is at its root about the joy and beauty of choosing wisely. In particular, it represents the act of choosing that which most satisfies the heart. Connect with this card to remember that it isn't that the divine has a plan for you, but that you, through your choices, help create the divine. Well, no, help create how the divine is expressed in the physical world. When we realize that, we realize that we have so much power and consequently so much responsibility. Damn, Barbara Moore, you are awesome. That is some heavy ass shit. And I love it. I love how it gets us away from that what can be, not that I don't believe in soulmates or divine counterparts, but it gets us away from what can be that very unhealthy mindset of it was destiny, it was fated, I knew we were supposed to be together. It putting you in the deceit of the divine, which harkens back to what I read from one of those other cards too, putting you into the seat of the divine, that the universe is you. It's just, have some human body seats through your eyes, but that's it. It's you are the universe. So it's like, it's not always that you're being divinely guided to be with a specific person. It's you are creating what the divine looks like by the person that you choose, and how important choice is in the process of falling in love. There's always this sense of we can't choose who we fall in love with. We can't choose. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can always have your mind be part of the process. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, especially if you are the divine and you are manifesting the divine, and we are the universe, and we're given consciousness for a reason. That consciousness is the reason. It is our reason. And it is our ability to be able to decide. No, I mean, who we're attracted to is who we're attracted to, but who we love, who we give our heart to, who we connect with, we absolutely have a choice in the matter. And in fact, we have an obligation and responsibility to be conscious of those choices and what we're choosing. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Today it's been a very long week. It's not doesn't seem like it's gonna let up anytime soon. And I have to say to you, it's been exhausting. I am exhausted. I think it's shown. I have one personal reading to do later on today. The rest of the day, I am vegging the fuck out. I am. I'm just gonna veg out. Let's get into the reading, though. Let's get into the reading, guys. This is your daily tarot card reading. Like I said, general energies, general messages for everybody who's here today, who decided to be here with us today. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the divide. No, there was something wrong with the divide. Okay. Let's get into the divide. Cinco de Mayo, baby. Cinco de Mayo is coming up on Tuesday. But Cinco de Mayo is also an important date because the nodes are transitioning. So our nodes are going to transition from the North Node. In Cancer, the North Node is now heading into Gemini, and the South Node is heading from Capricorn into Sagittarius. So watch out. I think Venus is still retrograding in Gemini too. Gemini is a very, very different energy from Cancer. And I told you, Cancers gave us that big old backlash, but Gemini gave big old backlash with the COVID-19 and, forced quarantine. And I told you to take it easy and spend more time at home kind of thing. Gemini energy is not that vengeful, thankfully, but there may be more complications. It's almost like the complications might not fall at the end. Let's put it that way, because that's Cancerian energies, like leaving everything to the 11th hour and then bam, emotional explosion. With Geminis, the communication's a little bit more steady, so it could just affect our lives and impact our lives more consistently, which can be a pain in the ass, depending on how you look at it. But Gemini really does teach us to focus on communication. So communications between people, one-on-one relationships, one-on-one communications, one-on-one relating to each other, being able to really identify who we are and let our truth out, be our true selves, our true spirit, without thinking or being self-conscious of what other people are thinking about us, just knowing that we connect to all different kinds of people and almost seeing our reflection in each other. That's the kind of energy that we'll be heading toward. Whereas the Sagittarius energy, that would be the South Node, right? It's going into the South Node. So just watch out for things like not being able to commit very long, or liking to run away from situations instead of dealing with them, or dealing with things by just trying to run away from them or escape them. Not that all Sagittarius are like this, but it is that sort of shadow side of the Sagittarius and what pitfalls we can run into. Also, sort of being social just for social sake, as opposed to social for the sake of actually learning and growing through our connection to other people. So those are going to have to be kind of our focuses that are coming up. Let's get into this reading. I have no idea what's coming up, but that full moon in Scorpio is coming up. I do want to read a little bit about full moon in Scorpio today, even though that's coming up tomorrow. This has been something that's been shut down, almost like the timing is off, almost feeling like somehow there's been an impediment between us and our psyche. A sense of, I honestly feel like it's a sense of timing is off. So this is the High Priestess upside down. No bueno. And then we have Page of Pentacles, which is a new offer coming in, a new opportunity, but it's not that big of a deal. If it was like, I don't know. Let's see how big of a deal it is. Oh, happiness, overcoming struggle, overcoming difficulties, overcoming pain. Okay, so maybe you didn't see this happening, or you never could have, or it wasn't possible, but let's see what else keeps coming in. Knight of Cups, a new love opportunity, a new love interest, maybe a romantic young man that you're dealing with, a romantic young lady. But this is definitely an opportunity that is there to help you. It's like a resource. It's there to it'll make you feel good. Hold up. Hold up. King of Cups. So this is emotional stability, knowing your self-worth, having your cup filled full, and knowing what to say no to, what not to say no to. Basically deciding to not share yourself with everybody, knowing your value and knowing your worth. Also a man that is caring and loving and giving and wanting to help take care of you. Here we have central energy is victory. So this is a sense of coming back home, coming into who we are and recognizing ourselves for the beauty that lies within us. This is a sense of victory, success, public recognition, being recognized for being pretty awesome. The Hermit is deciding to almost go on a journey, but this is a journey within. It's a journey inside our own souls, through meditation and focus and contemplation. Now you know what's going to happen. Once all these cards go on the table, I'm going to have to take a moment of silence and be like, what the hell does this all mean together? This is the Knight of Pentacles, lazy, lethargic, like somebody who like wants other people to do the work for them. No good, motherfuckers, no good. This is walking away, burdens, letting them go. This is like Finally, at some point, being able to sort of lay your burdens down. New horizons, new options, new opportunity. Could be through schooling, going back to school, learning, education, finally seeing new potential, new direction, new light, or opportunity coming into you. This could be, think about it as spotting a new opportunity on the horizon. A lot of people say ships coming in, but this is more like, yeah, your ships are coming in. It's like you're spotting that there's opportunity. It could also be something coming into you that you've been waiting for a while. And then this is like a breakup, a shakeup, could be a divorce, something to do with an unstable relationship, a relationship that is falling apart. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, which we just discussed. I just read about from the Witch's Date book. This is a really lovely card. I always feel like really complete when I look at this card, because even though they're the divine feminine and masculine, there are two people. This is an image of really wholeness, of oneness, of complete togetherness. So let's get into this, man. There's a little bit of wonkiness here, and if I had to sum up this energy, it would be disappointment, right? Disappointment of what you anticipated, of what you hoped for and what you wanted, but simultaneously, you're not being let down by the universe. You're being actually gifted. Wonderful things are coming into your life. Those things that are not meant to be, those things that are breaking, those things that are leaving, are the things that are not supposed to be there. Now, we do run into this caveat, to this little, oops, I did it again. Did I decide what was going to be? Did I decide the only way that I was going to let things happen? And now I'm upset and pissed, and I feel like the universe hates me, and I've decided all these negative things about my life just because I didn't, get my way. Because that's kind of what it is. It's almost like making a decision against intuition, making a decision against the divine. Not like, you God, but like, pushing against, like trying to force something to happen that wasn't supposed to happen, that wasn't meant to happen. And even though it may have turned out good in the beginning, I can tell you right now, it's not going to last if it was not like it's not going to last if it wasn't divinely guided. Like, did you follow your divine guidance in choosing this? And remember, your divine guidance is not, it's not similar. Stop. It is not synonymous with my pussy got wet when I saw him, or immediately my nipples got hard, or it's not that. That is physical attraction, great. But this is like divine guidance. I'm talking about the divine talking through you. I don't think it talks through your underpants. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a sense of, I'm going to take this chance. It's going to work pretty well, moving forward, but also feeling like, I guess, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. This sense of, I thought everything was going to work out. Well, why am I like having to retreat again? Why am I being pushed back again? And there's just this sense of like needing to realign, this sense of, yeah, I got it. You chose it. It was working out really well, but it's time, at the very least, its time is up. Having to go back and explore and look for a new path to travel, because there was a sense of definitely being set back, a huge burden. There are setbacks here. There are setbacks and a lot of responsibilities. It's almost like just when you thought you were going to be happy, you got 10 bills in the mail and you were like, what? You know that feeling that comes in after you got your paycheck? And for that brief second, you're like, I'm rich, bitch! You're like all kinds of happy. And then it's like, oh, cable bill, rent, car payment, 3 credit card bills, electric, cable, you know what I'm saying? Like all the bills start to come in. It's that kind of energy of like, oh, I thought I was ahead. Bam. Nope. By the way, it's like getting all those burdens to come back on you. And you're like, well, why? And this is what I'm trying to say is, don't feel cursed, because there's a difference between spirit saying no and life just saying, this is the bullshit you got to deal with, right? It doesn't necessarily mean, and I'm not trying to say meant to be. Let let me move on. How do I interweave those together? I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes when we decide what's meant to be, and you can't decide what's meant to be, you have to follow what's meant to be from your gut, and you have to decide how you execute it, or you decide to make the choice to trust your gut, right? But there's all these other things that are coming at you in real life that have nothing to do with even the divine trying to communicate to you it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. The only thing that will communicate you to you it's not meant to be is something that's inside of you that almost knows you're going against the grain. It's a constant rub. It's a constant almost having to shut down the voice inside of you because it gets louder and louder and yells harsher and harsher things as you ignore it. That kind of energy. There is definitely something finishing. I don't know if somebody's looking to buy a new house or somebody's looking to get out of a relationship. I got this prediction before. There's a sense of it took a long time for somebody to be able to get out and be on their own, like without being in some sort of relationship. Some almost being afraid to be alone, or it just took a long time. It took a long time. I almost feel like this is an ending to like a 20-year marriage or love affair or whatever that you were just stuck in. That you were just stuck in. And even though you thought you were working real hard and doing the right thing, there is a sense of it wasn't the right thing, it was the wrong thing to keep it going. Now, this is how you know the difference. That you will know that that's the right decision for like this to end. You will feel peace. If you feel a sense of peace when you think of the relationship or the situation in your life being over, then you know that's your divine guidance stepping in and saying it's supposed to end. If you feel a sense of not fear, if you feel a sense of like you're being ripped in two, like you'll feel, I don't know how to say it, you'll feel that something's off. You'll feel that something's not right, you know? And I'm not even trying to say, do you hear that? Oh my God. Oh my God. I guess what I'm saying is somebody had to get out of a marriage that needed to end. I'm not even going to say a bad marriage. Somebody had to get out of a marriage or a situation that needed to end in order to be ready for you. Because here is this card, man. Here is this card. They almost had to look beyond the break in their life. They had to get beyond it. They had to step beyond it. So I'm not saying like, say you're single, right? And you've been single for a while. Okay. It's probably because your person, whoever that is going to end up being, and your choice is going to have a role to play in it. Whoever is your person was taking a long time to get single. And even if they've been single for a while, they've taken a long time to get right with it, for it to feel right for them, for them to feel happy about where they are in their life. And remember, relationships are two-way streets. So both have to be moving together in the same direction. You know, they both have to be moving to meet. It's not like you can travel all this distance, and if you travel all this distance and your person just stopped and wasn't, it's almost like that's what it was. Your person just stopped. They weren't going anywhere. They stopped traveling forward. They didn't want to travel forward. This is an energy of somebody who didn't want to travel forward because what had ended, they just couldn't let go of. And they had no idea what was waiting for them in the future was so much better than they could have ever hoped for. So this is a sense of that energy being held, like of that energy finally getting pushed forward, finally starting to move. I can almost feel the cranks in the wheel. I can almost feel it, like you can feel like a wheel or some sort of mechanism that hasn't worked for a while, finally starting to move. So this could be romance, and I say romance because I have the Four of Wands out here. I have the Lovers out here. I have a lot of Cups out here. But what I really, really mean is this right place, this right thing, the other part of you. Not that you're not a whole person, but what you are meant for or supposed to be doing. And what you are meant for isn't going to come to you. You have to use your mind to listen to your soul to put yourself in that direction. See how that works? That's where the mind comes in. It's almost like you can't just decide, oh, this is meant for me, and then sit there and wait. Because that person who was sitting there and waiting for what? A new lover or a new opportunity to come to them, they're going to be overlooked. Movement is the only way that I think the current and the energies of the universe know that you're even still in the mix, right? If you're not moving, then you're off the radar. You're totally out of existence. So you have to stay in the motion. And it's like that person just started moving forward again. And they don't even know that they're coming toward you. And you may not even know who's coming toward you, right? It's just you're moving forward because you know now and you're ready now. That's the way that you're supposed to go. Now, I do see this road still being bumpy. I still see this road being like uncertain and almost like novice, like feeling like you're brand new at this, like you've never been here before. And I guess maybe you've never been here before. You've never been on this road before, because this road is actually going to lead to something quite beautiful. So I don't think you've ever traveled this road before, but I do think that you always knew you were supposed to. And just because it's going to still be difficult and there are still going to be challenges, doesn't mean you're not supposed to be on that road. That road is absolutely meant for you. You are supposed to be on that road. There is that sense of that's the voice telling you inside, yes, this is right for me. Yes, yes, yes. But simultaneously, your mind has to choose. It's almost like, remember how I always talk about don't plan, just set your goal? That's what it is. It's like, I keep saying the road, and maybe that's a bad metaphor. There's not a specific road, it's a path. So a path isn't about the road, it's about the footsteps that you take. And that path has to get you to your goal, right? But it's almost like don't look for the already paved path. That's what I'm saying. Don't look for the already paved road that everybody else has walked on and that is sort of obvious and easy and it's almost like, oh, this is the way that I was. No. Look for what's on the other side of that path and then just let yourself get there. Like let yourself be guided by that other side that's pulling you. And the roads that you travel will differ. The roads will be winding. You're basically creating your own path over mountains, through streams, over roads, cross highways. Don't be crossing the highways. What I'm saying, like, that's what I'm trying to say is like the other side is pulling you now. And you know why the other side is pulling you now? Because the two of you are tethered to each other already. And they've started to turn. Remember, when they weren't turning, everything was stagnant because this is a two-way street. They have to move and you have to move. One of you can't move it together. So they actually started moving now. And that's why you feel the pull. Because now they're headed toward you as you head toward them. But they had to pull. It's like two ends of the pulley. You have to be pulling together. That's what has to happen. And they just started pulling on their other side. They just got into motion, which tugged on you. And you're like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like, oh, I don't, like, just follow it. Go. Just go. Just go. And just keep going in the vicinity of that pull. That's what's happening. That we're feeling that pull. Finally, we're feeling that pull. Because somebody either just got divorced, got out of a relationship, or just found themselves through a lot of spiritual healing. Maybe they just got ready. Maybe they got divorced years ago, but it's like they just got ready. They just got prepared. They just got in tune with their soul, right? And the soul, so look at the soul in them, they got the same speaker or the same voice inside in you. So now it's like they just started to tune in. They just found a fucking radio station. They just found it. And now they're like listening to it. And as they're listening to it, they're on that road. And that those frequencies, whether you know it or not, are pulling you together. That's what I'm talking about here. That's the energy of this reading today. And that central energy is victory, success, abundance. So it's like you can almost feel the success even before it's happened, because the success was in that person actually finally deciding to pull their weight and to get the gears moving again. That's a success, because once that happened, it's like you're bowling toward, it's like your boulders rolling toward each other. It's like all downhill, like whoosh, you're about to crash into each other. You're just, but they had to push it. They had to make the initial push, and it's almost like vibrated. So that's what you can see. Oh my God, I'm so ashamed. You can see, it's like the vibrations from this one thundering down is what made the vibrations over here start to thunder down, and you're gonna meet, but the vibrations had to be coming both ways. It's like somebody's finally heard the call. It's already open. So I don't want to hear like, why isn't it in my lap right now? Why don't I have it right now? Because the shit just started moving. It just started moving forward. It's got nothing to do with right now. It's got to do with right now, things just clicked. Things just turned on. It's like that roller coaster. You could hear it. You could hear that, you know, like that kind of, like, you can feel it. It's coming. It's inevitable. Even if this is the uphill climb, what is inevitable is that downward slope. You're coming into each other. As soon as the click, 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 click started happening on their side, because you're connected, the click, click, click started happening on your side. You're going to start being pulled together. And that's why, if any of you were in old relationships, etc., that's why they ended. The things that were supposed to be done are over now. They're ended. They had to get the fuck out of the way. That's what they had to do. They had to get out of the way, because they didn't get out of the way. It's almost like it's not just that they were in your way, they were in your gears way. You understand? They were in the way of the gears. They weren't big boulders or big obstacles. They were little friggin' pebbles clogging up the works. And they had to be chipped out. They had to be pushed out in order for those gears to turn. Like, that's what your old relationship was. That's what your old job was. It was a pebble clogging up the cogs. It was a pebble not allowing forward motion, not allowing the motion that the cogs were built for, right? And now it's out of the fucking way. And so even so, I would not be surprised that even though there's sadness in endings, there's also a great feeling of relief. I would not be surprised if in all this craziness, when you're losing things, sacrificing things, feeling like you're getting things taken away from you, there is simultaneously a feeling of release, a relief. Oh my, why? Because you've been trying to move for so long. And it is in the trying and the struggle and the insistence. This is what I was talking about when I opened up the video. The insistence of, but I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. That was actually just you grinding against the pebble, grinding in the wrong direction, right? Not letting yourself turn and move the way that you were destined to turn and move. That's all it was. Now you are grinding naturally. So even though, yes, you've lost a bunch of stuff, you've gained freedom and you've gained your natural mobility back. And with those gears turning into place or starting to turn again, it's like somebody else's gears have turned on the other side. And yes, it is inevitable. That is the direction you're going to be pulled together. Just letting you know. I don't know if this person is a Taurus, but there is some financial stability coming in. I would not worry about finances. Let's put it that way. I would not worry about it. Hold up. Fairy Oracle. I want to get into my Fairy Oracle. Oh, friendship. I always see the little bee. How cute he is. Oh, isn't this stinger? He's so cute. But this is a group of friends, a group of pals. Your friends got your back. There is a sense of joy and happiness. In other words, being with the right people, being around the right people, being with people who encourage you, defend you, protect you, finding the right tribe, but also people being around. These motherfuckers are not social distancing. This is about coming back into who they are and knowing who they are and knowing who they want to be around, but also being able to be around people. Happy. These people are these kids. They're like kids. They're enjoying, but they're enjoying themselves. But see, it's also 5. So there's this idea of change. So either your group of friends is changing. Okay, they're either all changing because you're all growing up, maybe you're going your separate ways, and that's natural and it's supposed to happen. That's the pebbles that needed to be removed in order for your gears to start turning in the right direction. Or this is a sense of you have actually finding people that you can roll with now. People who like chill with you, people who hang with you, people who know you, people who are the you that you want to be now. Because you're not always supposed to be the person that you started out as. I think sometimes, unfortunately, we feel like we're failures if we don't have the same friends that we had since kindergarten, or we don't, like we feel like we're failures. We're not failures. We're just moving. We're moving in different directions. But this is definitely finding somebody that you can sing with. Ooh, sing with. I just got that too. There is rehearsing, trying out. This seems like a play. This seems like a play or a performance of some sort, singing, working music, composition, but there's just this energy of people that you're creating with. This is like the creative sort. This is like a troupe of actors wandering around, and it's like, that's hey diddly dee. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what it is for me. It's what I was always supposed to do. It was always what I was meant to do. This is just performance. This is also rehearsal. So this could be like a bunch of y'all rehearsing and walking home, laughing at the end of the night. I remember those old days. That was really fun, of hanging out with the crew after a play was done. That was like the best feeling in the world. The best feeling in the world, being surrounded by people who just finishing working really hard on something that you were all working on together, and at the end of the night being able to celebrate that. Now, I never got that feeling when I was in the corporate world, not ever. I hated it, and most of the time I didn't like the people who I was working with, except for one job. I'm still friends with them. I love them. But most of the time there's just this energy of, do you like working with these people? Are the people in your life right now the people that you want to chill with, even outside of work? Are the people in your life right now like the people that you can spend 16 hours a day with and still not get irritated? Well, you could get irritated by them, but still not like want to rush home from. Like there's this energy of working with and practicing or rehearsing with a group of people who you want to celebrate with after. This is your tribe, yo. This is your tribe. So it's not necessarily just about love or romance love. It is about love because it is about connection. But it's not just about romance love. Something about Capricorn season here. This is a jolly old elf. Bagging up everything, jolly old elf, bagging up everything, giving. This is giving and sharing and providing for. But this is usually material wealth, material goods. I don't know if there's a Capricorn energy in your life, but that's what I always think of, because Father Christmas comes in Capricorn season. And of course, we share these material gifts with each other to help people understand how we can feel about them. But also, I will say, this is a gift. This is a gift. Either the realization of what it is that makes your heart really sing, or being around the people who make your heart really sing. It's just a gift to be able to be around people who inspire you. If you're not around people who inspire you, you're in the wrong thing. You're doing the wrong thing. You're not in the right career. Balance has to be restored. There's something that's out of balance in your life. And once again, there is that fiddler playing. This fiddle, this cello. 2 cello players. This sense of maybe low vibrations, getting back into a balanced sense of vibration. And maybe you couldn't hear it right away. Maybe it was on a lower frequency, so subtle that you couldn't hear it or feel it. There's some sort of balance being restored to your life between like finding that harmony again. It's all about harmony too. There's a lot of music here. Balance is harmony, right? We've talked about that before. Yeah, something has been holding you back. You see 9. 9 is something is uncompleted. It's just about to be completed though. And the truth is that step before being completed is realizing what you want. Realizing that you've allowed yourself to be held back. What does that sound? Realizing that you, Doug, what are you doing? Okay. Realizing that you've been held back by petty shit that you don't really care about. See, this man in this photo, or this woman, whatever it is, this person is being held back by a lot of bullshit. He's being held back by all the obligations, or all the people who say that he has obligations to them. But what he really wants is out there. What he really wants is over here. And she's there sitting there like, but I don't know. She's scared, and he's held back by all his obligations. But the two of them have spotted each other, and they realize that they want each other. So see, it's that space, that empty space between them, that's really the important focus here. It's that empty space that says, this empty space ain't supposed to be here. How are we going to bridge that? How are we going to get over it? Because once you realize what you want, and once you know what makes your soul happy, it don't fucking matter if you got to cross the Grand Canyon. You got to figure a way across, around, through that bitch, and you have to figure it out. Like, that's where the brain comes in. It's almost like I said, just because it's hard and just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's not destiny. It just means you got to cross the Grand Canyon. It's like the universe will be like, I didn't know the fucking say a canyon had to be there. I didn't fucking put it there. It just grew there. Whatever. Get going. Like, that's the kind of energy. It's like, you know what you want. Once you know what you want, you feel it. You feel that thud in your chest when somebody else has had an opportunity that you didn't have. You feel that thud in you can feel it. You can feel that aching, that sadness of that lacking. So go get it. Go fill it. Go fill it, and don't doubt it or deny it even one more day. I swear to God, your thud is coming. There's going to be a thud moment sometime soon. And that thud is going to be like, okay, now it's time. You got to get on it. You got to get back on it if you fell off of it. But that thud moment is going to tell you everything that you need to know. I'm like, oh, I need to be somewhere else. I'm supposed to be somewhere else right now. Okay. Get on the road. It's not like you can just take a plane and be there, because it's not about being actually in another, could be partially about being in another location, but it's not about location. It's about where you are in your life, right? And one step closer, taking that next step. One step closer is just one step closer. It's like just are you on your way there at the very least? And if not, you better start. We got the thud. No more. Archangel Gabriel. What I keep saying, music. Gabriel is the angel of music. You will soon receive some positive news. The channels for clear and honest communication are now open. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. The channels are now open. It's about that time. Did you just feel the thud? If there was a thud in you, you've got to do it. I don't know what you've got to do, but you've got to do it. Imagine, clearly visualize the life you want. Oh, feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. But you got to get on the road. Like, feeling it in your heart and soul is identifying the goal. Okay, now how do I reach it? Now you got to put it into action. I get you know now what is right for you. You know now where you're supposed to be going, where you're supposed to be headed. Are you on that path? Are you going? No. So, no, not are you on the path? Are you blazing the trail? Because it's not about getting on a path that's already been paved. So we all waste too much fucking time looking for roads that have already been paved. This is about getting on your trail, blazing your trail, getting your trailblazer on. This is about just figuring it out as you go. That's what this is about. Ooh. Think global. You are being encouraged to spread your wings. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart. Embrace it. Surround it with love. Let it be, and so it will be. Wow. I just felt a thud this morning. I felt a big old thud in my heart. And so I gotta go. I gotta get something done. Which means all the other obligations and shit. Oh, I got this personal reading. I got that personal reading, or I got this. I gotta do videos. And fuck it. When the thud happens, you gotta act on it and figure out how to get on it. Let that thud be the vibration that pushes that pebble out of the way so that you can get moving one gear at a time. Because that's what I feel. We just felt that thud. I felt that thud today. I did. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap this up today because I think it's a good place to leave it. I know I haven't been on here for an hour, but that's okay. It's not about the time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gabe, what's her face? Girl, come on. You're just awesome. Thank you so much for that contribution, donation to the channel. I'm very grateful for it. If anybody else wants to leave donations after we've ended the video, you just get to PayPal. All that information is in the description box below. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for even joining me today. I got a thud to respond to. That's what I'll be doing. I'll see you guys. No, I won't see you guys Monday. I'll see you, but I will see you guys tomorrow for the full moon party. Probably around, I don't know, sometime between 5 and 7 tomorrow. I don't know if I want to be on somewhere between 5 and 7 tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Bye.